We're doing an informative speech about staying focused. This speech will be credited to Northwestern State University, Communications 1010 under the direction of Dr. Steve Horton. For recording purposes, I'm asking everyone to please hold all questions, conversation to the end of the presentation. So let us begin the presentation. Title, Staying Focused. So what our specific purpose for today is to inform you all, the audience, of a specific concept to apply to your life in order to stay focused while aiming to pursue goals. Adults and children in life, our focus in life consists of changing. How often do you see yourself inspired by other things in life to pursue goals, such as making honor roll or running for class president? For adults, you may be looking for another job, seeking another job, trying to lose weight. And when through my life, I have many tasks that I'm juggling. I'm a full-time student. I work full-time, and I'm active in several ministries in my church. Since I've been grown, I see the need that focus is more important in my life, but I never really understood the concept. So today, I've done some research. Focus describes the center of interest in activity. True focus consists of following one's course until successful. My concept of staying focused, I decided to have an acronym of my own. My acronym is, the F stands for faith. The O is observation. The C is commitment. The U is excluding the unnecessary. And the S is strengthen and support. And again, being focused is a mentality and a choice. So the F stands for faith. What is faith? Faith consists of having a vision. Vision is the reason I'm doing this now. I had a vision to do it, and I had an expectation in the end of it. Without having a vision, faith is universal. It works in every situation for those who believe. Without faith, you tend to get distracted by the uncertainties. So we have a photo of Barack Obama when he was a child. Without faith, he would have never achieved becoming our first black president of the United States. The O stands for observation. After we achieve faith, we must now make an observation. Observation consists of gaining information. That information includes what does it take to get from point A to point B? What are the steps? What should I do next? What resources do I need? How much time does it take? Is it a long-term or short-term goal? That's making a pretty good observation. Secondly, after you made an observation, keep record of your progress. This can consist of keeping notes when you're doing well and when you're struggling, and develop strategies to improve. The C stands for commitment. After you come up with observation, you must be committed to your observation and the goals that you got from it. So remain faithful to the focus. It's been commitment. Commitment is like a marriage. After someone has found a husband or wife, they are committed to that one person and they're committed to each other. So in the course of being committed, you must be responsible, be accountable for your actions. So if you make a goal, then you are now accountable for those actions and what you do to achieve that goal and what you focus on. Secondly, you want to make a routine. This is maintaining daily production. So what am I doing daily to pursue my goal? What am I not doing to pursue my goal daily? Routine comes with consistency. Commitment is the secret to consistency. Your commitment needs to be your commitment needs to match your consistency. So if you're committed to something, then you must be found constantly doing it. So if I'm committed to playing a guitar, then I need to be practicing consistently on how to get better in doing my craft. A consistent habit makes thinking easier. So if you're doing something consistently, then it becomes easier to you. The unnecessary. The biggest reason for lack of focus are distractions, interruptions, and multitasking. There you see a young man that's distracted, or he's been interrupted by something on the other side of the classroom. Distractions. A distraction can be anything it's something that giving our full attention to something else. How to identify distractions. Distractions are the things that you do that don't have a significant purpose other than to distract you from your goals. This can be like Facebook, Twitter, or anything that's just distracting you from what your goal is that day, staying on schedule. Some distractions can be self-imposed. Distractions, majority of distractions are self-imposed. They can be perfectionism or procrastination. Perfectionism is refusal to accept any standard short or perfection. That means you want to be perfect in everything you're doing, so you choose not to start some task because you want them to be perfect at all times instead of just reaching out and starting it. Procrastination is the actions of delaying or postponing something. Procrastination is, for example, you can use words like, I'll do it next week, I can do it tomorrow, I can put it off next year, or I'll do it someday, instead of just performing that task right now. Interruptions. Interruptions are the things that stop or break the progression of someone or something. For example, as I'm giving this presentation to you right now, I'm being constantly interrupted by having to press the button on the PowerPoint, so my attention keeps going back and forth. So it's a stop in breaking this presentation every time I do that. So with that said, I'm going to have my assistant direct the PowerPoint for me. Thank you, my sister. And now I can be more committed to my presentation. You can go ahead. Okay. Some interruptions can be self-sabotage. That means that in yourself, you develop a self-esteem level that the things that you do are self-sabotaging. Like you're talking amongst yourself saying that you can't do anything, or you're saying that I must be perfect at doing the things, or you're not allowing yourself to make mistakes, or people are going to laugh at me. So you're judging yourself, and you're judging what other people think of you mentally before you actually do that task. So that's considered self-sabotage. Next. Multitasking. Multitasking, the handling of more than one task at the same time by a single person. Again, I'm using an example of when I was multitasking while doing this presentation. Now we have a list of several facts about multitasking. Several studies have shown that women are better multitaskers than men. Women and men have a different mindset, and women are better organized than men, they say. People who multitask with multiple tasks have less gray areas, or gray matter. It's the part of the brain that processes information. So, in other words, people that multitask, the productivity in the brain for processing information decreases as you multitask. 20 or 40% of your time is wasted depending on what task to do next. So while you're multitasking, you're wondering between yourself what what assignments can you do next, or what task can you accomplish next instead of just doing one task at a time. Next. So there's an example of the brain multitasking. There you see a goal A and a goal B in the brain. Between that, it's saying that the brain splits activities when you multitask. And the highlighted areas on the brain is the spotlights of your brain. So the brain can only multitask two things at once because there's two parts of the brain that handles our production, our productivities. So you see the areas where it's more lightened than others means that the brain is more concentrated on those specific areas. Reasons we multitask. Many believe that multitasking can increase productivity and make you well-rounded. From the outside in, people believe that multitasking just makes them look more well-rounded and make them look like they're more efficient workers. But truthfully, they may not be getting as much work as they could be doing by just doing one activity. People multitask because they have too much motivation. Sometimes so much enthusiasm means that you can't accomplish certain goals because you have so much on your plate. People believe that they can split their focus and sustain. So people believe that they can manage all these activities at once. It's hard not to multitask. In a community where the world is constantly moving rapidly, we choose to multitask to keep up with society. So there's an example of the brain multitasking between a lot of things like doing laundry, parent-teacher conference, call, paying bills, cleaning the house, cooking. Just so much going on at one time. The symptoms from chronic multitasking. When you multitask, sometimes you become burned out or stressed, overwhelmed by so much, and sometimes while multitasking, your attention span is short. So it's hard for you to pay attention to what others are doing because you're thinking about what you got to do next in this crammed up brain. Sometimes multitasking can lead to low grades in school. Solutions for multitasking. Stop doing so much stuff at once. Limit yourself to one or two big goals at a time. Electronics. Electronics is nothing distracts us more in the world than electronics. Like we have phones, we have TVs, we have social media, we have other things that just distract us from our goals and staying focused. Electronics can be a significant tool to help us reach our goals, but sometimes they can become distractions if we abuse them. Strengthening support. Once your focus has been established and grounded, it is important to strengthen it and to seek a positive support system. This can be, the brain is like a muscle. So you want to strengthen your support system in the brain. It's like building muscle. Like if you have something that you're doing, you want to do it consistently. It's like training a baby how to walk. Like the baby doesn't just learn how to walk, he has to build that muscle in his legs, and after that it becomes a habit. Walking becomes a habit and it becomes natural to the baby. Seek like-minded individuals. In focusing and seeking goals, there's nothing new under the sun. There's people that probably accomplished those goals before you. So you seek out those people that may help you stay focused or may motivate you in your process of being focused and reaching your goals. Being focused is a mentality and a choice. So we have a choice to choose not to be focused or to be focused. And anytime we have choices in life, we know there's pros and cons. So some of the risks of being too focused. One of the risks are tunnel vision. Tunnel vision can be focusing intently on their goals that they will ignore other aspects in their life. So tunnel vision can be you're wrapped around your goals and No one's life should be centered on one particular area. As you see, for example, the guy in the picture that he's seeing with tunnel vision. So he only is focused on one thing in his life, and the other things is kind of blocked out because it's a tunnel. Tunnel vision can lead to an imbalanced life, and it can affect your family, and it can affect you as a person. Thanks. And in our conclusion, staying focused is a learning process that can aid us in being successful in our goals and tasks. It is a choice to consider the concept and be mindful of the distractions and the interruptions. Yes. I'm going to leave you today with a quote by Greg Anderson. Focus on the journey, not the destination. Joy is found not in finishing an activity, but in doing it. So whatever you do, make sure you enjoy doing it, and it becomes a lot easier, and it becomes natural to you to become focused. Okay, this concludes my presentation for today on staying focused. Again, I'm Brandon Anderson, and y'all have a good day. This is my audience.